This is the MMA Takes Podcast with your host, Brian Petrie.
Yes, sir. Let's fucking go. Hey, let's go. People have been shitting on this card a little bit because UFC 280 is right around the corner and UFC 280 is fire. But I gotta be honest with you, boys. I kind of like this card. I don't hate it. There's some fights that I'm very interested in. A lot of guys you don't know, a lot of guys you do know. It's going to be a banger. We got a fucking fire main event. Mackenzie Dern versus Chandler. That is a fire main event. So welcome to the MMA Takes Podcast. I am on a new platform. You know, last time I did Wednesday Takes, your boy was ready to break everything in his office. He was ready to destroy everything behind him and this desk, but I did not. I restrained myself. That's growing up, baby. And I went out and found a new program. I've actually been in talks, you know, the little bit of pull I have, thank you to John Anakin California. I have been in talks with some streaming platforms because each one has unique thing. I'm not going to bore you to death, but each one has unique things that, you know, everyone uses StreamYard. Now I like StreamYard, but it's just a little too simple. I need a little bit more pro options, and we've kind of had a nice dialogue back and forth trying this different company. I'm not shouting them out because I'm trying to get a sponsorship. You don't shout out people unless they pay you money, and even if they don't pay me money, let me get the fucking thing for free, and then maybe we'll go from there. Who knows? All right, but we got Mackenzie Dern versus Yashinan. Banger of a fight. We got a lot. Let's get into it. I'm wasting no time. Oh, before we get into it, tomorrow night, no Wednesday Takes, but tomorrow night, I think I'll tweet it out, Instagram and all that shit. 7:30, 8 o'clock tomorrow night, we are going to go live. I want everyone that follows me, everyone that's here, that's watching us now, come chat. It's going to be on YouTube. MMA Takes YouTube. And we're just going to kind of have a dialogue. Got a few things to talk about. You should hit up the chat. You know, we'll have a fucking good time. It's going to be fun. So let's do that tomorrow night live. Ask me whatever you want. And AMA, was that what famous people do on Twitter? I mean, I'm not famous. I'm a nobody, but that's what people do on Reddit, right? It's like an MMA. Ask me, or AMA. Ask me anything you want. I'll go over a couple things. I got a couple things I want to talk about, and we'll just chat them up. It's a nice little chat them up. We'll probably talk about Bo Nickel, who's fighting tonight, destroying a man, minus 4,000. Gosh darn it. That's a hefty price. All right, here we go. Let's get to the pick'ems, babe. Let's get to the pick'ems. Little new graphics. What do you want from me? Your boy's trying something new. First fight of the night. It's a decent one. It's a decent one here. We got. Do I gotta transition this every time? See, I'm already having problems with the fucking software. We're gonna get to it. Jessica Penne plus 185 versus Tabitha Ricci minus 215. Tabitha Ricci, a little spitfire girl here. She is a talented fighter, debuted against Manon Ferrot, who's an absolute savage. I feel like this is Penne's probably last fight. I think maybe not with the promotion, or no, not just with the promotion, just overall. I think she's going to hang the gloves up. I think Tabitha Ricci minus 215 is a good number here. You're not reaching for Ricci. Fucking nailed that joke. Yeah. You don't think that's funny? Go fuck yourself. Nailed that joke. Ricci's just, I think, better everywhere. Penne is pretty good off her back. She's got good submission. She's scrappy. She's durable. She's tough. She doesn't go away. Been around forever, but I think this might be her last. This is a swan song fight. And I just think Ricci's too much, too young, too better, too tough, too whatever. Just too whatever. I like Ricci minus 215. And again, your boy doesn't pick female fights, even though I have been doing pretty well. I haven't picked female fights very well historically, but recently I'm doing okay. Ricci's someone I'm looking at maybe in the slime ball category, huh? Maybe a little bit of a slime ball category there for your boy. Tabitha Ricci, I think is a good pick there. Yeah, so let's go. Let's move on to Alexei Oleinik versus. See, the graphic is now. Oh, fuck. See, I gotta clean this up. Brian. Clean this up. Oh well, we march forward because we got Alexei Oleinik plus 155 versus Lalir Latifi. Or I fucked that up again. All right, here we go. Plus 155, and that's supposed to be minus 180. He's gone up a little bit. Latifi. This is the hair bet. I talked about this on Anik and Florian. Back in March, there was a fight. I was all in on Latifi. He was my mortal lock. I show up to the event. I meet Anik, and Anik goes, hey, they're about to announce Latifi's out with a stomach bug. They try to rebook it, still can't do it. So Olenek fought Jared Vanderrock, got his head kicked in, and then guess what? Wins the fucking fight. So, I'm a little less confident because Latifi hasn't fought in 15 months or something like that, and that bothers me a little bit. Being an older guy, he's not a spring chicken anymore, but I just think he's better everywhere. I think he has better grappling, better striking. I think he's the one that's going to dictate where this fight goes. And Latifi's Olenek's just a scrappy dude. He takes big shots. He gets in there. He wants to get you to the ground. He wants to pop your fucking head off. That's what he does. But I think Latifi's just not going to be able to let him take it to the ground. I think the striking is on Latifi's side as well. So give me Latifi in this fight. It's a hair bet. If Latifi loses this gorgeous fucking mane I got, if you run your hands through it, your hands will get lost. That's how thick it is. That'll be taken off. We'll buzz that off. Won't skin it. Won't be a full John Anik skin because I got some scars on my head. You know what I mean? And I don't want people to think I'm like sick or something like that. Plus, my face is way too fat to have a completely bald head. I'm not symmetrical. I'm just round. So we're just going to have to shave it. But that's only if Latifi loses. And I'm pretty confident that he won't. That he won't lose. Yeah. Latifi, this is not going to be a parlay piece for me because, again, Olenek is that wild card that's hard to bet against, but I'm going to bet against him. I'm going to have Latifi by some kind of finish, probably knockout. I think he hits hard enough that he can knock him out. So, give me Latifi there. And next up here, we got Daniel Silva. Again, not Daniel Silva. Joaquin Silva versus Jesse Ronson. Joaquin Silva minus 135. Jesse Ronson plus 115. This fight, this one put my mind in a pretzel, right? Because Joaquin Silva is he's shredded, right? The guy's jacked to the tits. He goes on that beach in Brazil, and chicks are probably like, well, look at this fucking hunk, right? Jesse Ronson got popped for roids after his Dalby fight and was in the UFC prior. Canadian. If you're a Canadian listener, correct me. I don't think he's a legend, but he's been around for a while, right? But this guy's never been knocked out before, Jesse Ronson, and he gets better as the fight goes. He got ragdolled by Rafi Garcia's last time out. Don't love that, but Joaquin Silva is a guy who slows down. He comes out fucking guns blazing, kill or be killed kind of guy, and I just don't think that's going to bode well for a guy like Ronson who's tough to get out of there. Now, Silva definitely has power to knock out anybody. He could probably knock out a goddamn horse. But when you're giving me plus 115, a little bit number, I wish the number was juicy on Ronson. This is probably a fight that I'm going to flirt with when I place my bets. Don't know if I'm going to go all in on Ronson, but he is going to be my pick, underdog pick, not locking him up or anything, but give me the dog.
Hello? Okay, this is
dog. Give me the underdog pick here just because I don't trust Silva. I don't trust his cardio. Yeah, you got those beach muscles, but, it is what it is. But Ronson hasn't looked the same since off the sauce. So, be careful, tread lightly, as my guy Heisenberg would say, tread lightly in this fight. All right, next fight up, we got some big boys here. Maxine Grisham, minus 170 versus Philippe Lins, plus 145. This is super easy for me to cap, which scares me. Whenever a fight seems too easy to be true, it scares me. I think Maxine Grisham should be a higher number than this. I think 170 is gorgeous. I'm on Maxim Grisham. This was going to be a slime ball candidate, but I was like, ooh, these are heavyweights, middling heavyweights, and that could burn me. It's burned me in the past. Tanner Bozier. Shout out Tanner Bozier, you fuck. Maxim Grisham, though, I just think he's better everywhere, right? He's long. He knows how to strike. He's hard to finish. He's hard to hit. It's going to probably be a decision winner or a Grisham finish. And Lynn, since coming to the UFC, has looked like dog shit. I know he's coming off a victory, but he has not looked good. His chin has been a little bit of an issue, and what worked well for him in the PFL has not worked well for him in the UFC. He's been off. He's been in and out. And Maxine Grisham's got these are 205ers, not heavyweights, but they have fought a heavyweight before. Sorry, excuse me. I sound like a casual here, but they fought heavyweight before. But Maxine Grisham, again, I think he's just better everywhere, and I can't believe we're getting this number. And you could clip this and shove it in my ass next week when I'm wrong, if I'm wrong. But this is the fight I like to bet here. I like Maxine Grisham at minus 170. I think that's a great number, and I'm going to probably take him by decision, maybe sprinkle finish here because Lins has been caught before. He has been knocked out before, but we'll see how it goes. But this is something I'm going to add to the card, and we'll see how this shakes out come Saturday. Because again, I think we're getting a good number there, and I like good numbers. Next up, Julia Storolenko -120 versus Chelsea Chandler +100. Female Diaz brothers. She's from Stockton, 209. Look at the picture. You look up Chelsea Chandler. She's a bad bitch, right? She is a bad bitch coming from 209. Now, typically a lot of fighters that have come out of the Nick Diaz area camp. I mean, Jake Shields is more of a San Francisco guy, and Gilbert Melendez, they were kind of their own thing. But Nick Maximoff's a guy that's pretty good. But other than that, there's been some kind of weak competition. I think Chelsea Chandler, I'm going to keep saying Chelsea Chandler. I think Chelsea Chandler is going to turn that around. I think her jiu-jitsu is okay. I think her striking is good. I think her aggression is good. She's obviously tough. She's going to be, pushing that pace. Her cardio is going to be great. And Storolenko is just not good. She's got a good armbar. Don't fucking play in her guard. I don't care how good you think your jiu-jitsu is. Just don't do that shit. Just get up. Just get up, get out of there. I mean, her last fight, she won by armbar. She broke the bitch's arm. It's like, just get up. Don't play the guard game. What you doing playing the guard game? And Chandler, again, comes from the Diaz, Cesar Gracie jiu-jitsu. She might be comfortable there, but just don't play the guard game. Just stand up on the feet. Storolenko cannot strike. I like the underdog here. Give me plus money on Chandler. This is fight I am betting, so add it to the card. I like a good underdog women's fight at this point in my betting career, and I just think Storolenko is just not good. But if you're going to go the opposite way, it has to be Storolenko by armbar. Literally, if your book allows the type of submission, go armbar. Probably not going to be the juiciest number in the world, but it's going to be better than -120, I got to imagine. And probably round 1 and round 2 if she gets it. But yeah, but fuck that armbar talk. I'm going Chandler, female Diaz. I like it. I like it a lot. Next up here, we got Brennan Allen versus Kristoff Jocko.
Hello? Okay, this is dog.
Okay, this is dog. This is dog lock of the night. Brennan Allen. I gave this pick out on the the Hannigan Florian podcast. I like Brennan Allen in this spot. He's a baby dog. He's a little pup. He's a little pup at +100. He's probably this fight will end up as a pick 'em, but right now he's a dog. He's a dog in my book at DraftKings. So I'm going to go with the dog number here, but I don't know why I fade Jocko as much as I do. He was on a 3 or 4 fight losing streak. He's won 2 or 3 in a row. And I never pick him. His chin's been questionable, but he's been pretty solid. He's been submitted, but he looked good against Jeremy Muscard. Avoided all submissions. Actually looked really fucking good on the ground against Jeremy Muscard. And I just don't know why I don't like him. Kristoff Jocko, I apologize. I just don't like you. Do I like watching him fight? No. I don't even like saying his name, but I gotta respect him. But I just think Brendan Allen, again, this could me just be fading Jocko just because I don't like him and I have a stigma in my head. So maybe you should go the opposite way. But I just think Brendan Allen, even though I don't think he's as good on the ground as Jeremy Muscard, he's one of the most prolific submission artists on the ground at 185, I should say. He'll snatch a neck up in any or arm or whatever in any of those rounds. Brendan Allen, aggressive kid, hungry, confident. He's going to come forward. He's not going to play the Jocko pace game. Jocko likes to set a pace. Brendan Allen's like, no, I'm going to get in your face. I'm going to go after you. Brendan Allen's been caught before. He's been knocked out twice. Strickland and my boy Chris Curtis got him. But, his last fight against Jacob Malkoun was a big grappling fest, and he won, kind of. Some people thought Malkoun won. But anyway, I like Allen, a dog here. It's dog lock. I was going to put Handler. Again, did it again. I fucking do it every time. Chandler. I was going to have Chandler, but I can't put a debuting female, even though I'm interested in watching her fight. And Storolenko was that bad. So as dogs go, and it's a little baby dog, little puppy, I'm going to go Brendan Allen. And then to make it juicier, Brendan Allen by submissions, probably be a nice little number next to your name there. Probably going to get it done by submission. Could knock him out, maybe. He doesn't, he's a big kid. He's got power, but, he's not known for his striking. TKO, possibly. Good scrambles on the ground, but give me Brendan Allen, give me the dog, just because we need dogs here. Okay. We need more dogs. Randy Costa -295 versus Guido Canetti +245. I am all over Costa. First off, I should have a picture, but I don't. Motherfucker's got a mustache to die for. This thing is. And Costa is a one-round fighter. He has at least proven to be a one-round fighter. He is extremely talented, seems to be in right places, good-looking kid, could be a star. The ladies are looking at him, but he has fallen short, and he gets finished when he gets tired. He comes out, he tries to set a pace. He's a one-round fighter that comes out there and jumps on you quick. Castaneda hasn't won a UFC fight since I think 96. Let me check my notes. Yeah, 1996 last time he won a fight. And I just think, again, this is probably his last fight in his contract. They're going to give him Costa. Costa's a marketable guy. Minus 295 is fair because of the competition. So I like Costa here. He's a slime ball candidate. I think I like him too much, which is scaring me. Again, if I haven't mentioned this yet, slime ball is going to be tomorrow night. So come join me tomorrow night. I'm debuting, or not debuting. I will release the slime ball. I'll put it on Brian Petrie MMA on socials as well, probably before this weekend. But come join me tomorrow night, and the slime ball will be there. But Costa's a candidate. Ricci's a candidate. So we'll see how it shakes out. We'll see who I go with. But I do like Costa here. Minus 295 is a little bit bigger of a price that I would like to pay on a guy coming off 2 fights, and he's a 1-round or 2-fight loss, and he's a 1-round fighter. But again, Castaneda is just not good, right? He's a scrappy guy, but he's like, what's his record? 9-6, 9-7, whatever it is. It's crazy. He's got a UFC job. It's crazy. He's got a job in the UFC. We talk about who's the worst fighter in the UFC. This guy he might be up there. And I hate saying that, but he might be up there. And I feel like they're giving Costa a layup hitter. Like, hey, kid, you're from Boston, right? Dana's a Boston guy. A lot of Boston guys work at the UFC. You're a good-looking kid. You got a good story. You bring the picture of your friend that died. You seem like a good guy. You're good on social media. You're an exciting fighter. That one round with Adrian Yanez where you won. You look sharp. You look quick. And then you fall off a fucking cliff. Let's work on the cardio a little bit, kid. Let's work on not trying to kill everyone in the first round. And then, here's a softball, right? Here's a fucking layup. We're putting this over the plate for you. So I'm going to go Costa here. But listen, I don't have much to risk. I'm going to go Costa. I'm going to go Costa by knockout, maybe round 1 as well. But Costa needs to prove that he's more than a 1-round fighter in this fight, because I do think the sky's the limit for him. I do think he's a very talented guy. But again, you gotta have cardio, especially at this weight, with these savages in there. You gotta have cardio. Speaking about cardio, Mike Davis, don't have lines on this yet. I could probably look it up. So I got this yesterday for Slava Klaus. Slava taking this fight on short notice. Now let me check DraftKings first. Now, I have long waited for Mike Davis to be an active UFC fighter. Him and Sadiq Yusuf, who fights on this card as well, the next fight we'll talk about. That is still the best Dana White's Contender Series fight I've ever seen, was Mike Davis versus Sadiq Yusuf. If you have not seen it, please go watch it. It's unbelievable. Mike Davis showed incredible heart, incredible everything, and Sadiq was just a step ahead of him. Toughness, whatever you want to call it. He showed some toughness in the Gilbert Burns fight. He got kind of fed to the wolves against Gilbert Burns on short notice. He was a 145. If you follow him on social media, the guy's jacked to the tits. All right, does anything pop up for him yet? No. Okay, let me go to Best Fight Odds. Shout out Best Fight Odds. Very good website when your books don't carry the lines yet. They have all the lines. Shout out Best Fight Odds. So they had, because it was supposed to be Uso Medic, but and Mike Davis was a slight favorite. I'm assuming Davis is going to be a huge favorite here. Okay, so Sterling Killins, Mike Davis. Oh, okay, not too bad. Versus Slava. DraftKings, according to this, pretty much all across books, he's minus 175. Slava's plus 115. So 150, excuse me. So I like Mike Davis a lot. I think this kid is a good wrestler. He's chin is checked out. He's great boxer. We saw what he's done with his boxing. Slava got embarrassed by Mark DeCasey his last time out. Said, I will never step in here again until I work on my wrestling. His takedown defense. Look, now wrestler DeCasey, Khabib DeCasey's a real deal. That's a guy you should be afraid of. But Slava his takedown defense is trash. I saw it in person. Embarrassing takedown defense. He's going to fix it. He's with Uriah Faber. He's with the right camp to learn some wrestling, to learn some get-up game, all that stuff. So I'm a little nervous about that aspect, and the fact that Slava's body punching in his boxing is crisp. I can see something coming through and hurting Davis. Davis being overconfident. Thought the line would be bigger. Mike Davis, again, slime ball candidate. To me, I really like Mike Davis. I think this kid is good. I wish he would fight a little more. I'm glad he's at 55 instead of 45, because 45 was just too much on him. He's absolutely fucking shredded. Slava, not a big 55er, so this should be a good matchup here. Davis has all the tools to win. He's got good boxing. He's the one with the full camp, and he's got the wrestling to lean on. Even though Slava costs, we got dominated in March. It is now September, right? So, or October is when they fight. So he's had months to train, but months, especially like a sport like wrestling, don't mean shit. Like you might be able to stop a couple things, but after a while, that's just going to go away and you're going to get dumped on your head. And I just think Mike Davis is the better fighter here overall. But the pause that I have in me is Slava can just mix up punches so well to the body, to the head. And he is fucking powerful. He's got a great knockout in the UFC, but just not well-rounded enough. So give me Mike Davis. Oh, by the way, I completely forgot because I'm an idiot. Fucking Randy Costos, I sent him home. We'll recap at the end of the show. Getting excited here. Next up, Sadiq Yusuf, -900 versus, how do you pronounce this guy's name? Don Shanis? Penis? What? Oh, I'm a child. Sorry. I love Sadiq. This price is a little much for me. Listen, I'm going to pick Sadiq to win. I'm not a fucking crazy person, but Shanis is a guy that goes out there and he's kill or be killed. He wants to knock you out, and he hasn't fought great competition, but Sadiq Yusuf has had a chin problem in the past. He's been put down before. He's been a little inconsistent since the Ultimate Fight, or since I always get that mixed up. Since the Contender Series, I was very, very high on this guy. Still high on him. Is his ceiling a title? I don't know, but I think this fight, obviously -900, it looks great. But I mean, listen, I'm picking Sadiq, but I would be lying to you if I didn't say that come Saturday when I place my bets, there might be a chance that I look at Shanis and I go, how much is it for a knockout? Because the guy throws heavy. He's not the most technical guy in the world. He's a bruiser. He's from Massachusetts. He's got heavy hands. He's got heavy strikes. And he's taking on short notice. Sadiq should have the advantage everywhere. I think Sadiq's the better striker, better grappler, quicker, faster, more unique. But there's that chin. Sadiq's been put down before. He's been hurt before. And then Shanis he's got nothing to lose. He's plus 625. So the number completely scares me off. This is not a slime ball candidate at all. I think that Sadiq will win by knockout or Shanis will win by knockout. So I like the under. I like sprinkle on Shanis if you're feeling frisky. And I like Sadiq by finish as well. There's multiple ways when you dive into the props. Whatever makes sense, whatever's the better number. The over-under is probably set at 1.5, I imagine. I like the under. And then I like either got to win by knockout, not seeing the judge's decision. Whatever your book gives you the better number, that's how you should play it. But this gives me pause, boys. I did not add this to the slime ball for a reason. So the reason I didn't is because it throws me pause. What fight was that? Oh, yeah, we're on Barcelos. Jaime Barcelos. I love saying his name. Versus 5-star Trevin Jones. Barcelos -225. 5-star Jones +190. Broke this down to Anakin Floyd. I don't want to sound like a broken record. Try not to repeat myself, but I try to keep these quick a little bit. I think Barcelos is just better everywhere. I think Jones coming off a couple skids here, really needs a win here, but he falls behind too much. Barcelos, though, 35, not the most active guy, coming off 2 losses, looked like very average against Victor Henry. He's a tricky fighter. I don't have much faith in Barcelos at this number at -225, but I also on the other end don't like Jones at +190. So I'm going to take Barcelos. This is going to be a pass for me. Don't have the best read on this fight because Barcelos, again, hasn't looked great leading up, right? Hasn't looked great in his last 2 fights, but Jones is a guy who hasn't looked great either, but he's a fucking finisher. He'll flatline you with a second left in round 3, but I just think Barcelos is too smart, too good for that. So give me Barcelos, a fight that I'm not confident in. That's going to be a pass for me. Your boy is wiping his hands clean of that one. I'm not touching that one. That's a fight I already did. Bear with me here. Let's go with John Castaneda versus Daniel Santos. Daniel, right? Yeah, fucking nailed it. Castaneda -205. Santos +175. I've seen a couple guys on Twitter liking Santos at that number. I can't argue with them. Thought he looked okay in his debut. He's a flashy guy, likes to throw kicks, likes to get wild in there, spinning back fists, all that. Excuse me for some podcast juice here. People ask me what the podcast juice is. Someone said it was matcha. I don't drink alcohol, so it's not booze. It's hillbilly coffee. Okay. White trash coffee is what it is. Okay. I'll leave it at that. I ain't going to say the name because white trash coffee. Castaneda, though, I just think this guy is steady, right? That's just a good word. Good way to describe him. I think he's just steady. He's good everywhere. He's got a good record. He's shown himself well in the UFC. Submitted Miles Johns. Daniel Santos is flashy. So you got flashy versus steady. I always tend to go steady. And minus 205 is a number that I'm probably willing to pay. I think this fight goes to a decision. I think this is an over fight. I think it's going to be competitive to a point where that steadiness just wears on Santos because he's going to get tired. He's going to slow down a little bit with the spins and the explosions and all that. So give me Castaneda here. I got to figure out a way to play him. I don't like him straight because my bankroll isn't fat enough to go straight minus 205. So I got to maybe throw him in kind of a loose change parlay type situation, kind of just the ragamuffins that you're kind of on the edge about, let's throw them together, or I'm going to have to play him by decision. Either way, this is a fight that I'm going to add to my card. I like it. For Castaneda, I just think he's the better fighter, right? I just think he's, I just think I nailed it with that steadiness, just steady. Co-main event here. Fight I've been wanting to talk about since, I already talked about it. Road by Randy Brown. That sounded Indian. That's not Jamaican. What are you doing, Brian? Versus Francisco Trinaldo. Trinaldo, again, this guy just doesn't. He's 44. I don't believe that. He's every bit of 104. But he's nails. He gets in there and he gets it done. He's on a 2-fight winning streak over Danny Roberts, which I had a lot of money on. And then who did he beat? Dwight Grant, which again, I don't think he beat Dwight Grant. He beat Danny Roberts. I don't think he beat Dwight Grant. Randy Brown coming off some impressive wins, even though the decision wins, he's just styling on people, minus 295. I think he's probably crept over 300 at this point. And Trinaldo at plus 245. I haven't been on Twitter as much as I would like to this week. Maybe I'll dive in once I get off here, but I haven't seen too many people really sticking their neck out for Trinaldo yet. It's early in the week. But I feel like if I wasn't so high on Randy Brown, I'd be on the Trinaldo side just a little bit because the guy is hard to put away. He's got big punches, and regardless how old he is, he can still just fucking sling it. He can still sling it. He can still take it. Randy, though, looks so dominant. He's athletic. He's big. He's strong. Trinaldo, again, not the biggest guy at 170. He's pretty jacked, pretty wide, but he's short. I think Randy Brown can take him down if he wants to. I think Randy Brown's going to style on him on the feet. I keep saying style on him. God damn it, I got to quit saying that. I just think he's in the pocket right now. Randy Brown's confidence is high. Actually, when this fight got announced, I tweeted it out. I thought he'd get a bigger opponent. After the Chaos fight, after the good promos he cut in his last 2 fights, thought we were getting kind of a bigger name here. He's been in the UFC for a little bit. I know chin has been an issue at times. He took a shot from Chaos, got rocked, didn't get finished. I think if he could take that shot, he could take Trinaldo's shot. But Trinaldo, again, this guy's a finisher. He's a different breed. He beat Paul Felder with the cut. The guy's a fucking monster in there sometimes. It's crazy. I know. It's crazy. But I got to go against him. Randy Brown, my mortal lock. Mortal lock, demon. That's a scary fucking voice. Do not play that around your kids because they fucking piss themselves. But I do like Randy Brown, mortal lock, slime ball candidate as well. I'm not going to get scared off with my feelings with Trinaldo. I'm not going to get scared off with the fact that he's could knock out Randy Brown because Randy Brown's chin's a little bit, and this seems like a big letdown. I think Randy Brown saw Trinaldo's name and went, I'll take it because I'm going to get, that's my job. I'll get paid. I don't think he loved the name. I don't. So if he takes him a little lightly, Randy Brown goes, I'm fucking in the groove. I'm 32, maybe. I'm in the prime of my life. I'm off 2 great performances. I'm getting this 44-year-old. Whatever. If he takes him too lightly, I'm fucked. So it scares me a little bit, but I ain't going. This isn't wavering shit. We don't waver here. We don't go, well, he can win this way, this way, this way, this way. And then when the one of the million ways you said comes true, you go, told you. No. Randy Brown's going to win this fight. I think he's going to win by TKO too. Let's get him out of there. Get him out of there. Rude boy Randy Brown, main event. Mackenzie Dern. Man, listen, Mackenzie Dern, and I don't want to be your typical machismo, misogynistic man, but she is a gorgeous woman. And as gorgeous she is, she's just as tough or maybe even tougher. Now, let me tell you something. I'm a father of 2 children. I saw and I've always said this since I was raised by my mother, who's my favorite person in the world. I think women are better than men, and I think women are tougher than men, 100%. I saw my wife give birth to my 2 fathead children, right? You see this head? I got 2 little ones with the same heads. And it was excruciating. It was painful. The epidural didn't, you know what I mean? And it was incredible to watch her do that. Every woman that has given birth, regardless of the way you do it, C-section, natural, whatever, I don't care. You're fucking heroes for doing that, because that's something I couldn't do. I told my wife I couldn't do that. If men were in charge of breeding, I think after knowing what I know now, I don't know if I could do that. You know what I mean? I'm a pussy with I don't know. Women are amazing. And Mackenzie Dern had a kid. Before she had the kid, she was knocked on being lazy, missing weight, not in a great shape, got by on her talent. Had her child, came back super fucking quick. 4 months, fought Hebos, lost. Fair enough. Hebos is a stud. And then completely changed her body, changed her life, changed everything, and has now become a different fighter. Boxing's getting better. Her cardio's getting better. She doesn't miss weight year round. She's in phenomenal shape. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of what she did, because I've seen my wife go through the birth of my 2 children and know what it takes for women to do that. And it is incredible that she was back as quickly as she was, fighting another professional fighter. And then after the birth, completely revamp her life, her training style, and has really been dedicated. Now, my big thing is I want her to, really lock up that wrestling, because she has better jiu-jitsu on the ground than anybody, right? You get it. That's what she did with Torres. She's ready to pull guard. She's that good. Yan Xiaonan, though, I don't want to discredit her. She is amazing fighter as well. Action-packed. Her fight with Marina Rodriguez was an incredible fight. One of my favorite fights, female fights I've ever seen. It was back and forth, and Yan Xiaonan looks so fast and so durable. And I know China is, they're pumping fighters out, but the 2 best fighters that have ever come from China, I know people are like, the Leech, that he's been used. No, it's Zhang Weili and Yan Xiaonan. They're the most talented, best fighters that have come out of China thus far. And I just think that Yan Xiaonan is an absolute stud. But I'm a capper, okay? You can buy this in the shop. I also got slime ball parlay hoodies up. She got taken down by Carla, who is a grappler, and she got beat on. Now, it's a different kind of grappling. Carla's a wrestler. She does have some issues, but she's a wrestler. Heavy on top, elbows, punches. That's how she stopped her. Mackenzie Dern is heavy on top, but she's more flowy. She wants to find something. She wants you to try to get up so she can take something. It's a little bit different. Yan Xiaonan does have like a judo background, I believe, so she does have a good base for wrestling, grappling. Mackenzie Dern's takedowns haven't been great. So I do think that Yan Xiaonan is a 5-round fight. Yan Xiaonan's going to look really good in the beginning. Dern doesn't know how to take a step back. She's going to be marching forward. And Yan Xiaonan's so fast. She's going to be eating a lot of shots. Mackenzie Dern isn't the quickest. She's tough. Chin is great, durable. She's willing to throw, willing to get in there to make these changes to get the fight to the ground. But from all accounts, she's working on her wrestling. She's working on her overall game. She looks to be in phenomenal shape. I'm going Mackenzie Dern. Minus 225 is a little high for me, because I do think Yan Xiaonan is an incredible fighter. And minus 225 is just a little tough for me. So the only way I can get there to place my money in Mackenzie Dern will have to be by a submission. That's the only way the juice will be worth the squeeze. You know what I mean? That's just the only way it is. Now we're solo. That's it. That's the pick, and we ran through it. So let me recap. Dog of the night, Brennan Allen, right? Baby dog, little pup. Boop, boop, boop. We got send him home, Randy Costa, which I forgot to say. I apologize. I do think he's going to get him out of there. Send him packing. And then more locks, Randy Brown. So I am going to play a lock parlay. I'll share that as well. All my locks in a parlay. And then the slime ball parlay, which I will debut tomorrow. So the parlay, if you're in a state where you can bet right now, pull your phone out, right? And go Brennan Allen, Randy Costa, and Randy Brown, right? 2 Randys and a Brendan, right? Place that as the lock, right? You can even go parlays. You can go Randy Brown, Costa by knockout, Brennan Allen, by money line, 2 money lines knockout. Figure it out. This is a baseline. So that's my lock parlay. I'm going to do that this week. I'm feeling parlay. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just feel things. I feel like this weekend I'm just going to win with some parlays. I'm a straight wager guy. I mix my betting strategies up, but I feel like I'm going to win with some parlays. So that's the lock parlay. And then I'm going to give out the slime ball parlay tomorrow right here on this channel. So hit the subscribe button. We're still marching to 1K. We've hit a little bit of a lull. We're at like 860-ish. Can't get to 900 yet. Once we get to 900, I think we're right there, 1,000. So tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell anybody. Tomorrow night's going to be fun. We're going to shoot the shit. Come hang out. And make sure you hit that subscribe button, baby. Yeah, baby. So you can hit the slime ball parlay with me, baby. I don't know why I keep saying baby. All right, let's go.